morning stretch. This stretch is for all levels, and we're just going to work on a general stretch. So we're not working on anything in particular today, we're just giving the body a full stretch and getting ready for our day. As always, if you're injured or if you're uncertain in any way, if this class might aggravate maybe an injury or an illness, then please check with a medical professional before you join in. But if you're fit and healthy, then let's get started. You can either have a yoga mat / Pilates mat, or you can just use a towel, put a towel on the floor, but it's important to have something underneath you because we'll be doing a lot lying on our back, and so you want to cushion the spine. And it goes without saying if you're pregnant as well, because we're doing a lot lying on the back, the majority of these stretches won't be appropriate. I'll try and give modifications as and where I can to suit different levels. But if you're not sure about something, just wait for the next stretch and we'll move on. Okay, oh, and one last thing, if you are a My Ballet Coach member and if you are working on anything specific, do let me know and I'll try to incorporate it into the class. So we're going to begin with a warm-up, and we're going to have our feet hip width apart, and we're going to stand really tall and just take a moment to find your posture. So you want to feel the toes pressing into the floor, hips lifted, abs activated, tummy button pressing to the back of the spine, ribcage closed, shoulders open and neck long. We're going to start with some shoulder circles combined with bend of the knees. So we're going to do 4 of these going up and back, and then we're going to do 4 coming forwards. And then we're going to do 2 big circles with the right arm and 2 big circles with the left. Off we go. 1, bring them up and around. 2, and 3, and 4. And then we reverse. Up and forwards. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And now we have one arm all the way round. And again, give it a good stretch. And the other arm. And again. Excellent. Good. Take the legs out a little further, just a little bit. Bend the knees, and we're going to do some twists. So you're going to swing the arms as you twist. And let's do 8 of these. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stretch the arms up. You're going to bring them to cross forth as you bend to the side. Then you're going to tuck the chin into your chest, bring the arms to first, and open back up. We're then going to do the same to the left, and then we're going to repeat this but with a back bend. So we start going to the side, and then we lift the chest to the ceiling before we open. Okay, off we go. So bend and curve. Bring the chin forwards and stretch. Same to the left. Curve, drop the chin and stretch. Now with a back bend. Lift the chest to the ceiling and open. And bend, lift the chest and open. Let's go once more of everything. Side, forwards and stretch. Side, forwards and stretch to the back. Side to the back and stretch. Side to the back and stretch. Good, taking the legs out a bit wider. This is the last exercise in our warm-up. We're going to lunge as we reach the opposite arm down to the floor. And we're going to do 8 of these, starting kind of knee height or hip height, wherever's comfortable, and then gradually twisting a bit more and getting lower, wherever's comfortable. It's important to keep the neck long, so you don't want to be reaching up too much. Keep it long as you reach down. And this arm opens up to the sides, we get a nice stretch across the chest. Ready? Off we go. 1, and 2, and go a bit lower. 3, Good job. We're going to go down to the floor. We're going to start with our legs crossed. And hands on the knees. Excuse the croaky voice, by the way. I have a bit of a cold today, so yeah, I'm going to be croaking away. So we're going to breathe. Actually, no, we're going to start with a side stretch. So one hand on the floor, the other hand comes up. We're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, we lengthen that arm, stretch to the side. Drop the chin into your chest, curve forwards, and place that hand on the floor. Then we repeat with the other hand. So breathe in, breathe out, stretch to the side, keep the sit bones on the floor, and then curve forwards. Let's go 2 more times. Breathe in, breathe out, curve forwards. This is just to wake up the spine and give the arms a stretch too. Breathe in, breathe out, and curve forwards. Good. Hands are now going to go on your knee. This is just one more for the spine. I'll turn profile so you can see me. So start by sitting up nice and tall. You're going to breathe in. Then as you exhale, you're going to push back, dropping the chin into your chest and stretching your upper back. This should feel really nice. Then you're going to breathe in, sit up tall, and breathe out. Curve the spine, so we're now going for a back bend and we're opening out the chest to the ceiling. And we'll repeat this 4 times. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, rock back, breathe in, breathe out. That was 1. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. That was 2. Got 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And if you have just woken up, this should feel really nice on the spine. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. Okay, lying down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. I'm just going to stay here. Hug them in. Good. And now let's take the left leg, bring it across, and then drop both knees down to your right. Then stretching in opposition, you're going to feel a nice twist throughout the back. If this is too much, you can just take one knee up and let just one knee drop down until wherever you feel is comfortable. If you don't want to touch the floor, if you just want to hover it off the floor, that's fine. So go wherever is comfortable for you. And bring them back in. We're going to swap over, so now we're working with the right leg. You choose whether it's one leg or 2, and drop down and reach the arm in opposition. So it's just to open up the back and stretch the arms. Good. And then bring them both back in. Now going to hug one knee. Let's take the right leg, pull it into the chest. Good, and swap, hug the left knee. Now waking up the hips. Good, bring your feet together. Hold onto your heels, put the head on the floor. If you're not able to hold your heels, you could hold under the knees where the thighs are, but it's important to keep the head on the floor because you don't want to be straining here. So find wherever is comfortable and then open out the knees to the side. I'm going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now one leg is going to go on top of the other. So one knee opens, one leg is in tabletop. Hold under the knee of the leg that's in tabletop, and you're going to pull in towards your chest, keeping this knee out to the side. This is your glute stretch. holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we're going to stretch that leg that was in tabletop. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And flexing will give you a deeper stretch. 2 and 1. Okay, let's swap over. So we're going to bring this leg on top. Hold under the knee. Keep this knee pressed up to the side. And pull into your chest. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then stretch up to the ceiling. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Reach both legs up, flex both feet. If this is too much with the flex, you can keep them relaxed, but a flex goes for a deeper stretch. And then you're just going to try and reach the fingers, keeping the head on the floor, reach the fingers up to the toes. I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, stretch the knees, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good. We're now going to take the legs over the head for a pancake stretch. So make sure you've got space behind you. And you're going to lift the hips. You can hold them in your hands if you like. Lift the hips off the floor. And you can start with bent knees if you want. And then slowly stretch those knees until your legs go behind your head. If this is too much, if you're feeling a pull on the lower back or on the neck, you can hover the feet off the floor. You can also alternate, so you could dip one toe down and then back, and the other toe down and back. So you choose what's comfortable. If you have slightly pulled, or if you have a slightly tighter side of the back, you'll notice that that side stretches more when the toe goes down. So it's quite interesting just to see where the body's at, especially first thing in the morning. It's often very telling. Just work out if you have one side that's tighter than the other. But if you're nice and even, then you can try dropping both toes down to the floor. I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then roll back down. Nice and gently. Good. We're going to go onto our front and start our cat-cow. So again, this is for the back. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are hip width apart. We're going to keep the neck nice and long. Breathing in. We're going to curve the spine, drop the chin to your chest. Breathe out. Arch the spine. We'll do this 4 times. Off we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. 2 more. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. I'm going to go for an arabesque. So stretch one leg out behind you and lift. Don't let anything change. So you're not going to dip and drop here. Keep the spine long. Lift and gently lower. And then we're going to lift again. Push, 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 push. And lower. 2 more. All the way up. Lift. Keep the neck long. Don't let the rest of your back change. And lower. And 1 more. Lift. And lower. Good. Let's swap legs. And lift. Keep the neck long. The hips don't change. And lower. And lift. And lower. 2 more. Lift. Keep those elbows nice and straight. They don't have to be locked, but they want to be nice and straight into the shoulders. Last one. Very good. Let's do our upper back stretch. You can choose to add the leg if you want here. Adding the leg just adds a stretch for the legs, but you don't have to. So if you do want to add the leg, whichever leg is extended, you're going to take the same arm and thread the arm through, dropping the shoulder down to the floor. If you don't want to add the leg, you can just do the arm. We're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. We're going to do the other side now. So optional leg, thread the arm, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lying on your front, we're going to do a seal stretch. Actually, let's start with a cobra, warming up the back. So you want to have the forearms on the floor, neck nice and long. You're going to breathe in and just lift the rib cage off the floor. That's all we're doing. And lower back down. And again, breathe in and lift just the rib cage off the floor. And down. Now you can take your hands back. So no, you're not on the forearms anymore, you're pushing up into the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push all the way up. Nose to the ceiling. And then we're back down. We're going to do 2 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push up. We're going to hold for a bit longer. And down. And last one, we're going to hold for even longer. Breathe in. And out. And relax. Good. Bring one hand forwards and the other hand is going to find your foot. Now I would recommend you keep the palm facing down and you hold onto the top of the foot, so where the toes are, like this. I wouldn't recommend twisting, yeah? Palm faces down, find your foot. Then from here you can either just stretch the leg, try and lift the thigh off the floor, or you can push the body up as well. So this stretch, you'll get more of a quad stretch. This stretch, you'll get a back stretch. So you choose. We're going to hold for 10. Ready? Off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. We're going to swap arms. Find your foot, so palm faces down. Find your toes. And you choose which stretch we go for. Breathe in, breathe out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then just push back into child's pose to stretch out the back. Walk the hands over to one side, one hand on top of the other. This is just for a side stretch. And let's go the other way. Good. We're now just going to focus on our front splits for a bit, or at least stretching the hamstring and stretching the hip flexors, and all the bits we need to stretch for front splits. So we're going to start off with both legs bent, one behind you, one at the front. You don't have to take them at right angles. You can have the feet a little bit closer to you for this stretch. And I'm just going to turn on a slight diagonal so you can see. You'll notice that the body naturally leans to one side, so you naturally lean away from the feet. And we're going to stretch to this side. You can let the elbow go down to the floor. And then sit back up. And we'll go again, breathe in. And out. Good, sit back up. We're now going to stretch out the back leg in this position. So it's easier to have the foot closer to you, but ideally we want to have the foot at like a 90-degree angle for a much deeper stretch. This also is great for your turnout as well. So this is a really good stretch to practice. You want to make sure that this hip isn't lifting. So keep it down and keep it square. So you want both hip bones facing in front of you. Don't worry if you can't get this leg at a 90-degree angle yet. Keeping it close to you is just fine. It's just a goal to have, that we're slowly inching that leg forward, and you never want to have strain on the knee. So as soon as you feel like there's a little strain in the knee, just bring it back. So once you're comfortable, relatively comfortable, we're going to start on the forearms. We're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, keep that back knee stretched, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you can, push up. If not, stay with the forearms on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Bring the legs in. Remember to bring the knees in, give them a little stretch. And we'll go to the other side. So, whichever is your front leg, I've got my right leg here, and take my right hand, put it down on the floor, breathe in, and breathe out. Sitting up again, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Going into our static stretch, so stretching out that leg behind you, keep the knees stretched. You'll feel a slight stretch along the hip flexor, and that's fine. And let's start on the forearms. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and relax. We're going to push up into a downward dog stretch. So tuck those toes underneath. And drive the heels down to the floor. Keep the neck long. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet into the middle, and we're going to pedal them for a calf stretch. Let's just do one more on each. Good. Place one foot on the floor, and we're going to lift the other leg to penché. Don't worry about the height here. And bend that knee, bring it forwards. We're going to find a lunge position. So you want to have the back knee bent, then we're just going to extend the front leg a little bit before we lunge forwards. And the reason is, if you extend it a little bit, you'll end up in the perfect placement with your knee in front of your heel. And we're just going to stay here for a bit and feel a nice deep hip flexor stretch. For 10, 9, 8, you can hold on to something if you like, and you can put the hands on the floor if you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to tuck the toes underneath, stretch the back knee. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't bounce in these stretches. You want to keep it long and hold them. Go back to your knee. Now fully stretch out the front leg. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Reach the fingers down to the floor. If you're not quite there, you can hold on to something and just reach to your knee, reach to your thigh, wherever is comfortable. If you want an even deeper stretch, you can flex the foot here. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're now going to push forwards into our splits. So use your arms to hold you up. So if you're off the floor, that's fine. Just use your arms. I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8. If you're all the way down, you can take the arms off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax the legs. Give them a little shake. We're going to repeat everything on the other side. So let's start in our downward dog. Tuck the toes underneath, push up. Good. And now the other leg is going to go into a poncho. Then let's bring it forwards. Knee on the floor. And then inch that foot forwards and lunge. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the floor, tuck the toes underneath, stretch the back knee. Good. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting back up. Stretch out that leg. Reach up, breathe in. And out. Reaching forwards. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to finish with butterfly stretch and then box splits. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Try and keep a tall back here. If you feel like you're rocking backwards, that's fine. You just want to try and stay as tall as possible. Don't worry too much about the knees. Once you are nice and upright, we're then going to breathe in and breathe out. Drop the forehead down to the toes. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can either repeat this 2 more times, or you can go for a sandwich stretch if you have a little bit more mobility in the hips. A sandwich stretch can just be the ankles crossing, or you can bring the leg right across, wherever's comfortable. Sit tall, breathe in, and breathe out. Reach forwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very gently uncross the legs, put the other one on top. Breathe in and breathe out, reach forwards. You might notice that one side is looser than the other side, and that's normal. It probably correlates with which leg has more turnout. So this is a great stretch for the glutes, for the hips, for the back. It helps with box splits, but also like general turnout. You'll notice this in your grand pliés. It's a good stretch. Now we're going to take the legs out to box splits. Find a comfortable position. Try and keep the back tall. Again, if you're rocking backwards, don't worry, just hold it. If you want to physically hold onto some furniture or something to keep you up, that's fine. This is a good stretch to do in front of a sofa. So you can sit on the floor and then hold onto the cushions of the sofa to keep you up. If you are sitting upright, great. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, walk the fingers forwards. Keep those ankle bones lifted. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back up. See if you can go a bit further. Optional flex for a deeper stretch if you want. And walk the hands forwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And bring the legs together. Give them a wiggle. And we're going to roll up. So back onto your knees, tuck the toes underneath. Walk the hands backwards. Tuck the chin into your chest. And we're slowly going to put those heels onto the floor, keeping the knees bent. And roll up gently through the spine until you're nice and tall. Good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this stretch today. Again, apologies for the croaky voice. Yeah, if you are my ballet coach member and if there's anything you'd like me to include in these stretches, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.